This is the real Tom Rose. Welcome to Testive. If this is your first video, congrats. What I'm going to walk you through right now is how to calibrate Testive so that you can keep track of your strengths and weaknesses, which will allow you to figure out which area you should be working on next to improve your ability and your scores as much as possible in as short a time as possible. Now, the very first step of this process is unfortunately kind of annoying. You need to complete a full-length practice test for whatever test you're preparing for. So if that's the ACT, you need to complete a full-length paper and pencil ACT practice test, an official test out of the ACT official materials. And you need to do it under timed conditions, meaning don't take any extra time than you're allotted, don't take any breaks that you're not allotted. You have to do it all in one sitting, so don't break this up into two different sections. Unfortunately, it takes about 3.5 hours to get all the way through that. So you really have to buckle down and bite the bullet here right at the beginning to create a baseline. Now, it's essential to do this because A, it's going to calibrate every study category and Testive all in one shot, which will allow you to figure out the best next area to work on. But also, it's going to create your first real baseline set of scores so that you'll know where you stand right now, which is a really important component of keeping yourself motivated as you improve over time. Now, if you've already completed one of these tests, that's great. You can use the results from that experience. So once you've completed it, you want the bubble sheet that you created. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to testive.com and click on the student login, and then you should put in your email and password to log in. Once you get inside, make sure that you select the appropriate test that you're working on. So if you're doing the SAT, make sure SAT is clicked. And then in the upper right, there's a button here that says Upload Bluebook Test. Click on that. And it's going to ask you which test to grade. Now, if you're working out of the official SAT study guide, those will be tests 1 through 10, or same thing for the ACT Redbook. Test 0 is special. That test corresponds to the PDF digital form of the SAT or ACT, which you can get online. So whichever one you've completed, click on that number of tests. Make sure you do the right one because it's specific, and go through and fill out your bubbles for that section. And you can tell I'm obviously crushing this test here. My performance is going to be really high. You can draw little numbers here. And when you're done, you click Finish Section, and it'll automatically move you to the next section. Don't worry if all the sections aren't shown here. Not all tests have every section numbered. So this one has no section 1, and it has no section 4, and that's okay. When you're done, and you've finished your final section, click on Show Scores, and what this is going to do is grade your entire experience for you, and it's going to show you the output of that. So I just completed a reading section. So there's a lot of data missing because I only filled in one section. But when you complete it all, it's going to populate this whole chart, and it's going to show you your scores in every category. So you can already start to see that I have some strengths and weaknesses emerging here. So long passages, long, short paired. And this is really important because it's going to show you where you should work next. So congrats on signing up for Testive and for finishing your first practice test. And we really look forward to working with you to get these numbers back and then improving those scores. Happy prepping.